Hi, Zobble1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. Now, I recently did a video saying how I collect lots of osmium missions and I go osmium mining, which has been very fruitful for me. It's been a tactic I've been doing for years, and lately it's been one of the best methods for getting a good price for mining products. I typically go down, get 350,000 per ton for the osmium I get, and while I'm down there I collect probably equal amounts of platinum and or get some painite, etc. So, you know, I make loads from the missions, I make loads from the platinum, and then I can sell off the painite, and all in all it's really worth it. I also use a lot of the other sort of off-cut material like gold and silver to pay towards 50 million credit mining missions, you know, complete some of it off with mined goods and then buy the rest. You know, the sort of missions, the ones that everyone's looking for. And I said during that video that bromulite mining wasn't really worth it because ice mining's never really been worth it, other than when Boran was a thing. Ice mining's always been kind of the thing you do because it's quite pretty, but overall I've always preferred metallic mining. Now, I couldn't have been more wrong. Recently I did actually take the time to do the testing of, rather than give you just my opinion, I thought, you know what, I will actually go down and test this because I like mining, so it's no skin off my nose. I get to do a little trip out. I stacked up a load of mining missions and I found bromulite very easy to get, very easy to mine. I know a very good bromulite double hotspot. I went straight there. There's plenty of tools. I'll link to one in the description where you can find double bromulite hotspots, and I got through so many tons so quickly. The asteroids max out about 30%, but you find so many sort of above 20 and just below 30%. Like every limpet you fire just hits something that's worth like lasering. If you were to do this in an actual wing, you would rip through this because if you didn't know, if all four of you fire at an asteroid, you all generate fragments from it. So wing mining is actually exponentially better. The more people you can get involved, the better. You know, it literally 4 people with a same set of wing missions will just rip through the amount compared to one person doing it. But I love coming down here. I stick a podcast on. It's nice and relaxing. I just listen to a podcast, sometimes fall asleep, as we know, mining, but I do come down here usually when I'm on nights or there's not many people on the game, and I come down here solo and complete off a load of wing missions. It doesn't take me too long, it's not very painful for me to do, and I like sharing the large amounts of credits I can get, you know, back to people. Recently I stacked up about 1,000 tons worth of missions. Come down here, and in 2 trips from my carrier to the asteroid belt and back, I filled my Type 9 up twice, I got my 1,000 tons, and jobs are good. And while I was clearing that lot off, I was sat there looking at a load more bromulite missions that I could pick up and do the same again. And with the bromulite missions, which was about, I think 5, and then other missions that I happened to run into while doing those, which was another 5 or 6 missions, you know, I was able to generate about 380 million credits for 3 other people. So myself earning, you don't earn that much money because you've obviously had to pay for the materials to complete off the wing missions, but you know, I was still making profit on every mission, and I was able to give other people huge profits, and which was a really nice thing to do. It's something I really enjoyed doing. And yeah, I didn't think bromulite would be this effective, but honestly I can say, if anything, bromulite's more effective than osmium in terms of the speed at which you can complete the missions you've got stacked up off. And I tend to run into more bromulite missions, bromulite wing missions, than I do osmium wing missions. I get a lot of osmium solo missions, so if you're doing this solo, I would probably say osmium's the way to go because they tend to spawn more commonly, and the payouts are slightly better per ton once you're allied. But if you're just looking for wing missions, the bromulite method works. It works really well. I was very surprised. I was very happy with the way it worked out, and I am actually really hopeful that the fact there's a bit of crowing going on comes through on the microphone. Yeah, I'm recording this at like 6 a.m. and the birds are crowing away. They might be in a soundproof room, but this side of the house you get a little bit of noise. But it's really weird. We live in a residential neighborhood, and someone living opposite me didn't even know we had birds, and the neighbors were like, have been fine about it. So it's been great. The soundproofing really works in our new facility. It's a very weird thing. But yeah, it was nice to actually come down and do the testing and prove myself completely and utterly wrong. Sometimes in this game I make assumptions about things and I get egg on my face, and I'm happy to admit that. I'm not always right, I'm a dumbass. So don't listen to me, do your own testing and see if you think this works out really well. But from my point of view, I was able to stack up Bromulite missions really quickly. It's about 4 or 5 systems near where I live that generate a lot of Bromulite missions, so it might just be a regional thing to me, but I doubt it. I see a lot of Bromulite missions as I go around. You know, they're usually for like, you know, decent amounts, hard to get, but still the payouts are pretty decent, usually about between 25 and 38 million. These missions, and while you're doing those missions you are going to run into those beloved 50 mil missions that we all like, that we all love running into. Soon in the next sort of week or so I'll have a video coming out of me sharing an absolute bucket ton of wing missions with people, and you'll see some of how many of those were Bromulite missions. And I mean, Bromulite missions have their advantage. They run for 6 days, so you get plenty of time to organise and get people together so they can collect the reward. Always good to do the mining missions because they have 6 days rather than the return cargo ones, because they only have 24 hours on them. And it just means you get time to organise things. And also, when you're mining for Bromulite, you're just going to find some rubbishy stuff like tritium and low temperature diamonds as you go. You're not going to get the masses of that, but let's face it, any of that is always really useful. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe do your own testing and let me know what you think in the comments down below. But personally, I found Bromulite missions worth stacking up. That's all. Thanks for watching.